hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Celebrate Life Cancer Ministry, and I am your host, Pastor Rhonda, for Celebrate Life today. Thank you for joining us once again. I am here with my sister, Chef Linda, who is going to show us, I think it's going to be two different dishes that can be made for $10 or less. Hello, Chef Linda. How are you?
Hello, Papa Rhonda. I am doing awesome.
It's good to see your smiley face.
Thank you. Thank you. And you're correct. We're going to do two dishes, each dish $5 that can feed two or more.
All right. Well, I know for sure last time I went ahead and I prepared the quiche and the tuna casserole,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to put food in the freezer. That was way too much food for $5 each dish for me. So next time I have a taste for it, I could just go in the freezer and pull it out.
We do it all the time. You should see our freezers. We got three of them and they pack to capacity. You
So
can't even put a bottle of water in our freezers.
So here's a good question to ask about freezing food. Is there a way that you can label it before you put it in the freezer? Because how do you know what's in there?
Well, you get your freezer bags. You got the quart size, you got the gallon size, you have freezer bags. But they're not even a storage bag. You have regular freezer bags that you can store in your freezer that even protects your food even more. Now, if you go a step above and do that one where you can go ahead and spill out all the air and have the little bags like that, we have that as well. We haven't used it. I got it for my husband for Christmas about 5 years ago,
Oh,
and he can suck out all the air and a piece of meat or whatever, and it'll be just like you got it from the store. But we have not even experienced it with it yet.
so if you freeze it, if you put it in a plastic bag and flatten it out and take as much of the air out, because I like to get the Ziploc bags,
Mm-hmm.
as much of the air out, then you could actually store more things because they're flat
Exactly. You
versus in
definitely
the
want to store it.
containers.
Yeah. You definitely want to store it where it's flat, where you can get more in. So I like to put it in and don't set it up. I like to flatten it out and then stack it like this. Um,
and label it.
And then we definitely got to label it. You write on there, you write if you got meat pies, like I do these little meat pies. So you'll have the meat pies and I'll wrap them up individually. So normally that'll cost for like a press and seal. Then you do the aluminum foil on top of that and then put it into your freezer bag. Now you got three layers of protection that will make that food last a whole lot longer.
So is
I
the
freeze, I freeze gumbo, and I can have the gumbo in the freezer for almost a whole year.
mm. So where do you put the aluminum, in between or inside the plastic bag?
Well, no, you take your press and seal first, wrap up your item. If it's an item you can wrap up. Now, if it's like soup or something, then you just have to go ahead and put it in your freezer bag, which will last. That will last you a good long while without getting freezer burn. But if you're wrapping up something like, say for instance, like a pastry or piece of cake or
Chicken.
chicken or anything like that, then you wrap it up in the press and seal first. Then you wrap that up in foil. So now that's two layers. Then put it in your freezer bag. Label it because you can write with a Sharpie on your bag what you have in it and date it, and then put it in the freezer.
Wow. Okay. There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Protection, protection, protection.
Protection, protection. That's right.
Awesome. Well, you know what? I'm kind of hungry, so I'm excited to see what we're gonna have today. So let's have it.
Okay. Well, the first dish I'm going to make is fish tacos. And I did shop from the Dollar Tree. So we will have 5 items, $5. And this will feed, depending on how hungry your family is. You get two people that'll feed pretty well. And then if you have maybe 4 or 6 people, then you just add a little bit more. But that meal should not cost you over $10 if you have a family of four. Okay. All right. So what the first item I did tell you that we were going to get is these cod, filet of cod. They were $1 a piece. Okay. And that's really good for fish tacos. So normally I had this already cooked for you last time and showed you the finished product, but it's not going to take that much time to cook it. So, and cod is a very delicate fish, and you're definitely going to want to wash it off. Okay. We don't know what little hands touched it. Okay. Squeeze off all the excess water. And
There's only one in each container.
there was one in each, so you got two pieces. And that's why I was saying if you had a family of four, then you might want to get more. But if you have only, instead, wring off that water, of course. You don't want that excess water. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to even cut this even more. I'm going to cut it into pieces like such. And so that's making it even thinner. So when your cooking process is going to be very short. And let's see, cut this piece here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to season it. Remember last time I told you always essential to have some onion powder. So you put a little onion powder on that, season it up. The thing about it is season your food, people. Some food comes like so bland. This is garlic powder. Remember I told you granulated garlic last time. No salt in that. And then I'm going to do seasoned salt. Remember I told you to make sure you have seasoned salt. You don't have to use regular salt. Season it. Trust me, that's going to be seasoned. And I didn't do a whole lot on that. And then just for color, I'm going to use a little paprika. Because, who wants their food looking great, right? And then I'm going to toss it all together like such. Now, I'm going to put it in my buttered pan. I already have my pan going. And I used the spray butter. That's what I used. And so therefore, you didn't use any grease. You just used the spray butter. I'm going to turn that up. And we're going to let that cook. And it's not going to take long for this to get all the way done, okay? So we're going to let that go. And you can see all the flavor on this fish before it even gets started. Because it's on there. Okay, the next thing I told you to do on this item. Now, mind you, remember, that's $2 in this pan right here, right? The next thing we're going to do, I asked you to get a bag of this Santa Fe blend right here. Okay, that has corn, black beans, red peppers, green peppers, and diced onions. I'm going to put this in the microwave because you microwave that. And I'm going to put it on 5 minutes. It's not going to take the full 5 minutes for that. Okay. In the meanwhile, we're going to let this fish saute. Like I say, it will not take a lot of time because cod is a very delicate fish. Okay. And you can season it the way you really want to. You don't have to have all that seasoning in there. And then I'm going to cover it. I'm going to smother it. Okay. Okay. So now we
But do
had
you have to
$2.
turn the? Do you need to
Now
turn
we
the heat down to smut to put that lid on there?
No. I'm keeping it on a high heat right now. I'm keeping it on high heat because I'm going to watch it. Okay. Um, we have our vegetables in the microwave. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and that was $3, right? The vegetables and in the fish. Then we have our diced green chili tomatoes. Okay, that's $4. This is going to be your salsa. And know that we buy salsa from the store. I love fresh salsa. I love the tomatoes, salsa. Oh, and some of them is different. But I like one that has like a little bitty herbal flavor in it, like the rosemary. I love a salsa with the rosemary. But this shelf life is better if you want to buy it ahead of time and keep it in your cabinet. Okay? And so I am going to open up our can of salsa because that's going to be our salsa for our tacos. Now, if you got fresh salsa, you don't have to buy that. So now that means you can buy some more fish, right? Malik, can you hand me a bowl out of that cabinet there, and I'll pour the sauce in there, and I'll let our viewers see that we have salsa. Let me get a shallow bowl, something shallow. Yeah, so they can see our salsa. Yeah, this one here. That'll work. And so, see, now you have salsa. That was only 90, or no, not, I'm gonna say 99, it's $1. That's your salsa. That will be on your taco. Okay, and then you can add whatever you want to this here. Okay, you can doctor it up and put on what you want. I am going to get. I went to El Paul Loco the other day, and we had the tostada bowls, and so I still have some diced onion and some cilantro. Okay, so like I told you, I like it a little herbal. I like the herbs in the salsa a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some of my Italian seasoning in there to give it that. So I'm going to give this a toss because this is doing really well. And mind you, not a lot of grease is in here. So pay attention because this is almost done right here. This is almost finished. Not a lot of oil in that pan. You're only getting the heat in that fish. Okay. So I'm going to put a little bit of herbs in there because I like that little bit of herb flavor in a salsa. Okay. And I'm going to toss that around. And that's going to just make it all yummy. And mind you, you're going to have some extra, so have some chips on the side. Okay?
Now,
Now,
is there a special kind of chip that we would recommend on a healthier side?
they have all different kinds of chips. If you want wheat chips, you can get wheat chips. If you want, they got seaweed chips. You
See,
know, seaweed chips. Now, I'm not a fan of the seaweed chips, but so many people are. Um, but they have all those different types of chips you can get: corn chips, flour chips, you name it. So, and there might be some vegetable chips on there online because we end up getting or a tortilla. I order it. I'm going to show you the package. I order this one tortilla offline. It's a multi-grain and it's only one carb. One carb. Now it's kind of expensive. It's just one carb for that, and that's only one of these is only 15 calories. Just 15 calories for one of those. And so I ordered it online, and it's called Mr. Tortilla, and it comes out of the San Fernando Valley. They have their own little place where they make those, and they deliver them to you. So I like to use those. So, but what we're going to use today from the Dollar Tree is the soft tacos, the taco shells. Okay, now we're at $5. Okay, so that's what we have right there. So, and it's different ways you can do this. You can, I like to microwave mine to make them soft, or you could actually just set them on the fire if you want them kind of like toasted. So you can actually set them right straight on your fire and toast these tortillas. Now, when I take out the vegetables, which only got 12 seconds, what I like to do for these taco shells is I wet my paper towel. So you see I had a wet paper towel. See, 12 seconds is over. I'm going to put 4 of these on a wet paper towel so they can come out nice and moist. Okay, like such. All right, I'm going to just set them in my microwave for literally 30 seconds or less, depending on the power of your microwave. Okay, now, Malik, can I get another bowl, please? Now our vegetable is done. Our corn, our beans, our bell peppers, and our onions. Look at that. That looks delicious. And you can also season this here corn. So I would suggest season it because right now you know there's no seasoning on that corn. So I'm going to put a little bit of seasoned salt on there. I'm going to put a little bit of garlic on there. I just want it to be seasoned. You just don't want to have everything bland. I just don't like bland food. And I'm going to taste this and see how that tastes. Jess, I'm going to taste a little bit to make sure. Mm-hmm. And put a little bit of more salt. That's waking it up, the seasoned salt. That's delicious. As you see, that's going to be the topping to our taco. Okay. All right. So now our fish is done. And I'm going to show you the outcome of what this fish will look like. Our tacos are finished. Let me show you. They're nice and hot. Look at there. Look how they came back alive. Look at there. They're moist and they're fresh and they're hot and they're ready to go. I mean, they're literally hot to handle. Okay. Now, what I'm getting ready to do now is I'm going to build up these tacos. Okay. So this is our fish tacos. Now, mind you, with this fish, you can fry it. You can put it in your fryer and fry it if you're not on a healthy kick or you need, some people like crunchy tacos. Some people like crunchy fish tacos. Some people like grilled tacos. You can also put it in your oven and broil it. And you can do that. So let me see here. And look at there's crunchiness on here too. But see how that I just did spray butter. So you still get a little bit of crunch on this fish taco just because I only put spray butter in here. Okay. All right. And so now I'm going to build up these tacos. You got that, Jim? Okay. So you have 3 tacos right here. I was able to do 3 tacos out of this. Okay. Just out of $2 worth of cod.
You probably could have gotten 4 tacos out of that.
Yeah, you probably could have, but people around here like me. So now I'm gonna put the Santa Fe blend on top of it.
Vegetables, right?
That's all vegetable. You got corn, you have black beans, you have bell pepper, you have red pepper, and you have onions. So that's the Santa Fe blend. So let's see here. So now you can build all your vegetables can be on here. Okay. All right. Now look how much you got left over because now that can be added to your nachos. Okay. And then this is our salsa. Remember I put that nice Italian seasoning in there?
Yeah.
Okay. So now here's your salsa. And now you can make this from scratch if you get some tomatoes and make it up. You can make it from scratch. But right now we was dealing with $5 and I'm just showing you what $5 make. And voila, those are your
absolutely beautiful is what they are.
Okay, those are Jim. Could you give us a taste tester on these? So we're gonna give Jim a taste. He's gonna let him have a bite. It's hot, so we'll let him sample.
This is the best part of the job. Being a white person, I have to be the guinea pig.
You have to be,
and I'm used to that. The way my wife cooks, it's surprising I don't weigh 400 pounds. That's good.
Very good.
These were our $5 taco meal right here. Okay.
And let me tell you, my way, I would have gotten maybe even 2 more tacos out of that. That's a lot of stuff in a shell.
Yeah, you definitely could have. And then remember now, put some nachos on the side here. Look at all the toppings you got for your nachos. And now you'll be totally full because look at all this that's still left.
Yes.
And you're going to put that all on your nachos and have this as a very light, low calorie meal. Okay.
Amen. Amen. That
So
sounds good.
this
And
is
what
the
I
first.
like about it is there's no cheese on it.
Yep. And so those who choose to put cheese can. If you want cheese, you can have cheese. You want lettuce, you put lettuce. Sour cream, you put sour cream. But right now we were talking healthy, so that was healthy.
Sounds
Okay. So our next dish, believe it or not, will be a stir fry. Okay,
okay.
and it's going to cost you $5. So what I'm going to do, one of the things I ask you guys to do is to get these noodles. This is shrimp flavored top ramen noodles. Now everybody know about these. I mean, I have 5 kids and they knew about these noodles. Now they have different flavors at the time. You know, when I was coming up with kids, it was only chicken and beef. Now you got shrimp, you got barbecue, you got whatever, you know. And a lot of college kids love this stuff. Malik, come here. This is my nephew. I adore. Could you imagine? I carried this boy on my back, but that was when he was 6 months. But anyway, Ohio State med student right here. Yay, Malik. But I
All
had
right,
him cooking
Malik.
ever since he was a little boy. So what's the first thing I had you make, Malik? Like apple pie? He made an apple pie. And it was delicious. I said, come in here with TT. And then when he realized, when he was a little boy, he says, I'm going to grow up and be a chef. I said, okay, well, he might change when he, and you know, he said that about 9 or 10 years old. But now he wants to be a doctor. So he's trying to he's about to outdo his TT, right?
Well, a
But,
doctor that cooks is really good.
you hear that? Yep. A doctor that cooks is really good. So are you guys used to this kind of food in your dorms in Ohio State?
I mean, yeah, ramen noodles are very accessible.
So do you have a pot or a pan? Are you cooking in your room? Or?
The dorm has their like kitchen facilities, so we just go down there and we can make our own.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you guys know about this here stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So I remember back when it was only 10 cents per pack. And Jim, were they a penny when you got it?
Before my time. They didn't have them yet.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna do. We got humor in this house, okay?
Well, when you gonna start?
So
that top ramen comes with a packet. I was getting ready to ask about that packet.
They go with a seasoning packet. Now the kids, you know, they use this as a soup, and so they eat it, and they think they're eating shrimp. But we're gonna sidebar this, and we're gonna make this into a nice cuisine, and we're gonna save this shrimp packet because you'll see what we're gonna do with it. Okay.
All right.
So we're gonna save that. So I got my water boiling, and I have and Malik, you can take this recipe back to Ohio State. And so we got our water boiling. So those ramen noodles are supposed to only boil for about 3 minutes. So I'm gonna get them all on here. I'm gonna do 2 packs, but depending on how much you want to make, you could, because all that whole package I bought for 99 cents or $1 rather was 5 packs. Oops, and there's one of our season packets. Anyway, here we go.
I'm glad to see you breaking it up before you put it in there. Because those noodles are so long. They'll slap you in the face before you get it all the way in your mouth.
Yeah, they are long, but you know the kids like them long though, like that. You know, we like them a little short just because we want to be able to eat them easy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is build up my pan for my stir fry. Okay, so. And really 2 packs of noodles is a little bit because you could go 3 packs. Okay. This here is a sesame oil, 100% pure sesame oil. So if you don't have sesame oil, you can use just regular vegetable oil, olive oil, you know, whatever, butter or margarine. Okay. But what this sesame oil is going to do, and I'm only putting a little bit because Jim doesn't do a lot of oils. It bothers him. So I put a little bit of oil in there. Once I got my oil in there, I am going to go in there and put my vegetables in. Okay. Now, mind you, that was 99 cents to a dollar, depending on where you get it, 99-cent store or the Dollar Tree. I'll pour my bag of vegetables in there. So you see the stir fry blend. So you got snow peas, you have broccoli, carrots, and yellow pepper. Okay. Another thing I like to add, if you have it, remember I told you always have on hand some garlic, granulated garlic. But you can just use, I have garlic here, minced garlic. If you have minced garlic, that's even better. But I'm going to put a little bit of the minced garlic in here to add more flavor. But
Is,
if
is
you
that
had
a
granulated, that's
tablespoon, a
fine.
teaspoon, a
Huh?
handful? How much garlic is that? A handful or a tablespoon?
No, you can do about, it's up to you how much garlic you like. It's not up to me. It's on how much you like, how potent you want it with garlic. Some people like garlic, some people don't. Some people like it to be full of garlic. Then you do that. And then you have to heat up on high for this stir fry. Okay? Keep it high. Another thing I like to add to this, and it wasn't on the menu, but mind you, we have the noodles, we have the vegetables. That's $2, right? Next thing I like to put in there that I had in the freezer because Jim likes a crowded stir fry. So he likes a little bit of green sprouts. I froze some from last time I had made a stir fry and I put a little bean sprout in there. Okay. And you can freeze this, because you can't use up a whole bag. But I'm just saying, if you have it on hand, that's what I do. It already has some snow peas in there if you like snow peas. If you happen to have them, they do carry water chestnut at the dollar store. I put a little bit of that in there, along with some bamboo shoots. Those are also $1.
I
But
think you're
I'm just picking it up a notch like for myself because I
Linda.
had these items on
I think
hand in the freezer when I did my last stir fry. Okay, and so you just toss that around, and it smells so good already because of that the sesame oil. It makes it smell good along with the garlic. Okay, I got it up on high, so we want this to go ahead and click on down. And I like to put a little pinch of ginger. I have some ginger here. And you can add ginger if you like. If you don't have it, that's fine too. But I like a little pinch of ginger. That just kind of kicks it up a notch. And that's only maybe, and to me, I like to put in how much you like. Because a lot of people don't like ginger. So you can put a little or you can put a lot. It's just totally
Linda.
up to you on your taste.
Linda,
Okay?
can you hear me?
So you asked me what I want to do with these flavor packets. You notice I didn't put any seasoning. I'm going to use these flavor packets as my seasoning. Okay, so that's going to have the salt and everything in this here season packet right here. Okay, so now
You put the
you
whole
don't have to
thing
use
in?
your own seasoning. It came with that mix of noodles. Okay. And if you on limited salt, then use half a pack. You don't have to use the whole pack. Okay, and we're going to stir around and so some people like Jim, he likes his more mushy, but we kind of like if you want to get it where it's just fresh and crisp, you don't have to fry it that long because now what I put in there now, for just saying what I bought from the store, we have $1 noodle, we have $1 vegetable stir fry, and the next thing I'm going to put in there is the $1 bottle of teriyaki. Mind you, you're not going to use this whole bottle, but I'm going to add that teriyaki sauce, or you can make your own. If you don't can't have a lot of sugar, you can just make this with soy sauce, low sodium soy sauce, and cornstarch, and a little bit of brown sugar. Okay, and then you can make your own teriyaki sauce. You don't have to use what's in the bottle if it's too sweet. Okay, so I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit of that on there. You see, we still have this much left in the bottle, so you'll have that for something else. I just turned off my noodles, so the noodles are done. I just turned those off. Okay, and let that fry. Look at there. Look at there. It's looking all good already. Now, the last thing I'm going to add in was the shrimp. Remember, it's already cooked, so you just got to stir it around. Those were 99 cents a piece. So now that's your $5. You had your noodles, your 2 bags of shrimp. You had your stir fry blend and the teriyaki sauce. Okay, and I know Pastor Rhonda loves shrimp. So, and another thing you can do, because this have the tail on it, you can take the tail off. Sometimes people don't like to eat and be biting the tail off at the same time, but it don't bother us. And this will be done because, mind you, this here shrimp was already cooked. So all we're doing is heating it up. Okay. And I mean, tell me what restaurant you can go to and get this shrimp dish that we're doing right here for $5. Okay. I'm going to pick this up, and then guess who's going to taste this? Malik is going to taste this. Yeah, our starving student here. Okay.
You know, I found out that when you leave the tail on the shrimp, it helps you to eat slower.
Oh, that's very good.
And eating slower is a healthy technique because sometimes we
Wow.
tend to scoop it all down and we don't even really get to taste it.
Oh my goodness. See, you can do this cooking segment all by yourself because you know some stuff there, my girl. Okay. So now our noodles are done. Now watch this. Look at here. Look at that. Look at there. And so now I'm going to drain them. And you know, they say, you know, a lot of times they used to say drain and pour the water off. I'm going to keep some of this water on these because you know what that's going to do? That is going to make our teriyaki sauce stick to the noodles because of the starch in the water. And this could be a big dish, a small dish for anyone, but I'm going to make that small for Malik. Okay. But look, I'm just going to show you how much you can get. So I'm going to just put it all on this plate and let Malik just have fun with it. Okay. Yeah. Let him just have fun with it. Because like I say, that starch that's still on those noodles. And this could be done in the microwave too. So if you know, like these students don't have the stove or nothing to boil water, they can have it on the stove. Now, I'm going to show you what this is all about here. Look at here. Look at our stir fry. Look at that. Okay. So watch when I get ready to pour this over these noodles. Watch. Look at that. Well, how much you say that's for, you know, how many people do you think could eat that, Pastor Rhonda?
That's at least 4 or 5 people.
Okay. But you see your shrimp, you see your pasta. Look at the flavor that all the juice ran down and going into that pasta. Malik, can you give us the honor to indulge and taste that and let us know how that tastes? Don't burn your mouth. It's super hot. Yeah. He went straight for the shrimp though, you know.
Well, the shrimp has to be at the back of the fork.
Yeah, okay. He knew how to eat that then. So
Mm, that's right. Let those fingers talk.
I'm gonna be making this up all my roommates when we get to college. This is real good.
he said he's going to be making that with his roommates. Okay. He said in the fall he'll be making those with his roommates.
And it
Okay,
didn't
that's
take
a
long
$5
either.
dish that they can definitely afford, right? This is
Plenty of it.
and it's plenty of it. That's about a couple meals for you, though, huh? He said they
I
gonna
don't
spend
know.
$20 instead of 5.
It may not last too long.
Yeah, it may not last too long, but who thought you could do that much? And when he likes something, trust me, because he's kind of finicky. He keeps going back in there. I only told him to taste it. He keeps going back into there. So that tells you right there, he enjoyed that meal. And so, as you can see, and trust me, I'm not working for the Dollar Tree. I am just saying what you can buy for $5 and have a decent meal and a healthy meal. And I thank you for this platform too, Pastor Rhonda. This is it's a lot of fun. So I just thank you guys. And this is meals that I want, if I can share, because I'm Mama Linda's Long Handle Spoon, a nonprofit. I'm the CEO and founder. And these are meals like this that I would like to make for the kids in the underserved communities. That's what I want to take and knock on their door and give them these meals, because a lot of these kids do not eat. They only eat once they go to school in the morning for breakfast and lunch. And a lot of that is a donut and milk and then a small lunch. And then they don't eat no more until they come back. I want to feed these kids meals like this, meals like those tacos. So if anybody want to volunteer or just give donations for food. I'm not even really asking for money, just food or being out there on the ground with me, delivering these meals in our underserved communities. So I'm glad you gave me this platform, Pastor Rhonda.
I am glad you said yes, because I am very accustomed to smelling and tasting your food. And I'm so happy to see the work that you're doing in the community, and making sure that young people are able to have healthy, decent, hot meals, which is really, really important. So I
Thank you.
thank you once again. I look forward to seeing you again next week. And until next time, choose life.